car 42 is between the leader, Leroy Yarborough, in car 12, and Foyt second in car 27. Goldsmith still lies third. Coming in now, the final set of corners, the checkered flag. Next on the agenda, who's it going to be? Foyt now tries to find room to get by Lund. Frank Warren, number 79 car, is smoking on the final lap. Here they come down now for the checker. And across the line in a blanket finish. We can tell you that Buddy Baker got fourth in car number 3. And here's the word. The winner, Leroy Yarborough, in car number 12, a 1967 Dodge Charger. Second place, A.J. Foyt in car 27, a 1967 Ford Fairlane. And third, Paul Goldsmith in car 99, a 1967 Plymouth Belvedere. And Foyt wastes no time getting to the pits.
Baker's Dodge proves to be too much for the Chevy. Cale can stay with him, but there's not enough left to pass Buddy. And the red Charger number 71 streaks under the checkered flag to take the win. Cale Yarborough picked up the second place money. Gordy Johncock finished third, Richard Petty fourth, and Dick Brooks in the fifth spot.
Races for the Grand National cars determine many of the starting positions for the 500. In this first race, Richard Petty proved total dominance when he took the checkered flag 28 seconds ahead of second place David Pearson.
And here comes the yellow out again. The yellow and the white being waved together. We're going to finish under the yellow flag. I can't see exactly why the yellow came out. It could be there's more oil on the track. Now, there is a spin over there around turn 3. It is so hazy here. Really difficult to see. Somebody spun down low. So A.J. Foyt, it appears, is going to finish in first place under the yellow flag. We just got about a lap under the green there when suddenly there was more problem. You can see how the visibility is on this racetrack. Even on that tight shot, it's very hazy, I'm sure, on your screen. Well, that's the way it is here. But A.J. Foyt, literally breezing to victory in this 125. He will start on row 2 then in Sunday's Daytona 500 on the inside. All of these cars will line up on the inside lane behind pole sitter Cale Yarborough on Sunday. So, Jackie, that'll be an interesting situation. A.J. right behind the pole sitter.
Well, the Daytona 500 is always exciting, but right now you're going to see a checkered flag in the screen, and there the checkered flag goes to A.J. Foyt with David Pearson second, Johnny Allen third, Cale Yarborough fourth,
and Bill Elliott fifth. So that's it. Once again, A.J. Foyt, the winner of the first of 2 125s. Another race yet to come here today. We'll be showing that to you. And in a minute, a word with the winner.
$70,000 for the past 4 days. Now here they are in heavy traffic. Slipping, sliding through cars, down to the finish. Baker in front. Cale Yarborough pulls up on the inside. He's trying a slingshot here. But the sheer horsepower keeps Baker out in front as they come to the tri-oval. Checkered flag is about to fall, and the winner of that first 125.
And it's Buddy Baker, and we'll be back with him, the winner of the 125 in tomorrow's 500 pole sitter, after this word from your local station.
Whistle by at the end, and you've got to stay back a little bit first to do that.
So it all comes down to this, and here comes Baker. Number 28, Baker goes up on the high side. Yarborough goes down the inside. Here's Baker just moving into it for third. Here they come for the finish. It's car number 11. Photo finish camera is ready on the inside, Bonnet on the outside. Down they come to the line. 5 cars battling at the finish. Allison is in there. At the stripe, it's going to be number 21, Neil Bonnet. Let's look at that incredible finish another time. 5 cars. There's Junior Johnson, not too happy, losing by 3 feet. Look at this finish. 5 cars, less than half second apart. Neil Bonnet for first. At the line, it is Cale second, Baker crossing in third, Darrell Waltrip on the inside in fourth, Bobby Allison finishes in fifth. And there from the other angle, you see just how close it was between first and second. Neil Bonnet climbing out in victory lane. On that lead machine, number 21 Bonnet closes on Bobby Allison in turn 4. Trouble in the back straightaway, car upside down, sliding way down the back straightaway. One machine getting upside down and sliding. Connie Saylor in car number 4 has gone upside down. The Johnson City, Tennessee campaigner in an Oldsmobile has slid almost 2,000 feet after getting in trouble in turn number 2. Connie Saylor, who started his Grand National campaign in 1978, has parts strewn all down the back straightaway here at the Daytona International Speedway.
Well, this will be realizing the fears of many of these drivers this week. These cars are less stable than the older models. They're shorter, narrower. Their aerodynamics aren't so good, and it looks as if their fears could be well-grounded.
Checkered flag is out for Bobby Allison. Allison wins it. Look out for him tomorrow in the Daytona 500, which you see starting at noon Eastern Time here on CBS. Allison winning the first 125-mile qualifying race. There is more to come, and we'll continue with the CBS Sports Spectacular after this word from your local station. Does Boyd have enough? Can he stay there? He had no time to practice, no time to really get the car massaged and ready for this race. A car that's almost fresh out of the box, but it has the master. Now Earnhardt makes his move going to turn 3. Baker comes with him. Earnhardt into first, Baker into second, Voigt dropping to third. Around they come through 3. Voigt way high on the track. Down to the inside. Under A.J. Voigt. Moving up is Kyle Petty. Here they come, pounding for the finish. And Kyle Petty leans on A.J. Voigt. Here comes Baker to the outside. Winner's going to be Earnhardt. Checkers flying. And the Fords have done it. They have run slowly in qualifying, but there ain't no holding them back now, David.
There certainly isn't. That car of Dale Earnhardt's has been running very strongly all week, and what a performance he put on today. Poor old A.J. Voigt, of course, leading so many laps, but you just know in the back of your mind that if you lead the penultimate lap in one of these really high-speed races, you almost sealed your fate.
Won the 125-mile qualifying races before, but this is absolutely one of the most impressive performances by Yarborough and any car in this race as he drew away from the draft. He's won this race on 4 previous occasions. He's coming down for the checkered flag. The battle will be for second spot between Bill Elliott and Baker at the line. Here he is, drawing away. Give the first race to Yarborough at the line. Second place goes to Elliott. Third place to Baker. Fourth place to Bonnet. Fifth to Bodine. And Jody Ridley went back into the pit road area just as the race came to conclusion. Have a word with his brother Biddle Ridley, his crew chief. Here's Cale Yarborough, the winner, and there is second place, Bill Elliott.
He has to make the move now as he goes down the back straight.
He drops to the inside of the track. They had to try and shake him off. A trick we've seen done many times here before.
Good move.
Here comes Elliott, high side, looking on the high side, going all the way to the top. Coming down for the finish. Schrader on the bottom at number 90. Bill Elliott on the outside, coming down to finish the first 125. Elliott's there. Here comes Schrader back for the line. They're still side by side. It looks dead even. I think Schrader got it. Schrader made it. Schrader may have taken it by it. We'll have to look at that in replay. Schrader on the bottom of the track. Elliott had him 100 feet from the line. Incredible finish.
Incredible indeed, both for Ken Schrader and his owner, Judy Dunleavy. Dunleavy been coming here for 38 years to Daytona racing. Now let's see it in replay, and we'll see if he really did win it.
Elliott seems to have the advantage about 100 yards away, but Schrader then cuts to the inside of the racetrack where he can get the most speed and just barely gets it by inches.
Let's go to victory lane with our colleague, Chrissy Conowacki. no one gets another look at him. Allison, a serious favorite for tomorrow's Daytona 500 because the car really does handle.
To make up that difference. They've been picking up about 3/10 of a second a lap on Kenny Schrader, but they're simply running out of time.
Schrader making a very heady move 6 laps ago, coming out of turn number 2, using a couple of slower cars, is able to break the draft and streak away for a few moments, and now it seems to be paying off. Coming down to finish the first 125-mile qualifying race for 1989 at the Daytona International Speedway, it's Ken Schrader, the pole sitter, winning this event. Let's take a look at the final standings in this 125. Schrader coming home victorious. There's good news for J.D. McDuffie. He's made the field. Bad news for Connie Saylor and Kyle Petty. They did not make the cut.
As Sterling Marlin has pitted, number 94. Bodine, a couple of drops of Junior squeezing and get him to the line.
And Ricky Rudd just now coasting into the pits. So that was a big gamble for them. It cost them, because it'll put them farther back in the field as a result of him having to coast into the pits than if he had made a regular pit stop.
Down for the finale on the first 125-mile qualifier. As Jeff Bodine, the junior Johnson car, last year with Terry Labonte, went non-stop and set a record. Here he comes, and from his viewpoint, you're going to see the checkers fly. It is Bodine, the winner. Harry Gant will come home, and we've got big trouble up in turn number 4. Crashing into the wall goes Schrader. Here's Richard Petty backing off, very carefully picking his way through.
That's Hut Strickland in car number 68.
A crash right at the finish after Bodine had crossed the line. And here's Schrader trying to get across the line.
Just not handling perfect that it'll keep him down on the inside, but certainly it has been handling good enough to stay out front all the way. And there's trouble over in turns 1 and 2.
Strickland's waving, man.
3 and 4, rather.
Car number
Dorsey
20
Schrader.
and Dorsey Schrader.
Sammy Swindell in car number 20.
World of Outlaw Sprint Car champion, front end gone. This one's going to come to the line right now, battling. Here comes Petty down to the inside, lap car in front of him. No place to go. Davey Allison's coming for the win. Richard Petty drops on the inside. A charge to the line. Too close to call.
Yes, sir. The NASCAR cameras will have to decide that one.
Lap car in the middle as Petty looked like the Petty of old, challenging Strickland, using the lap car. Strickland trying to use the lap car to throw the block. It didn't work on the King. That onboard camera, in a wide shot, he pulls up alongside. Lap car is there, down on the bottom. Scooting through comes Earnhardt. Martin works all the way to the top.
Okay, which one is Ernie Irvin going to help? He'll help the Chevrolet of Dale Earnhardt and hope that it'll suck him on by Mark Martin and he'll pick up a second, or maybe he thinks coming off of turn 3, he can make it 3 wide, but Earnhardt's going to take the low side of the racetrack. Here they come.
Here comes number 6, Martin, still staying on the outside, driving for the finish. Earnhardt comes back to win it.
And Ernie Irvin helped him to win that race. When he got up behind Earnhardt, got the draft just right and shot him right on out in front of Mark Martin.
Don't ever think that factors aren't involved in Winston Cup racing.
I bet you there was some radio conversation going on there as we finish the first 125-mile qualifier. Dale Earnhardt becomes the 3rd driver in Daytona 500 history to win the 125 3 straight years.
He looks at the outside, now he comes down, looks at the inside, no place to go at either way.
Kyle looks inside, about 20 seconds to pay dirt.
And Elliott closed the door on Kyle going into the turn. He went down and took that bottom groove. Jeff Gordon's going to win this race, fellas.
Out of 4, here they come, rolling to the line, and the rookie from Indiana. It's Gordon across in first. The 2-time 500 winner, Elliott in second, Kyle Petty in third. How about that one?
I tell you, just a few years ago, they said, well, how are they going to replace the Pettys and Pearsons? It looks like out of the cradle to me.
Rusty Wallace trying to close in. Wallace fading to the outside as they head into turn 3. Martin coming with him. 4th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. Still even for 4th spot. What a tough battle back there.
Todd Bodine has pushed his way up under. Terry Labonte, they're even across as they come back to the line. It's Ernie Irvin for first. Wallace, Martin, and I think Labonte.
I think Todd Bodine got it.
Boy, it was close at the line for fourth spot. We'll wait on that one, but not much question about Ernie Irvin showing the strength of the Robert Yates team out here, defeating Rusty Wallace and Mark Martin.
He'll try, you can rest assured, but I think he has too much real estate between him and the 4 car.
And then there's a lot of real estate, about half a second back to Dale Jarrett third, Rusty Wallace fourth. Closing down the first 125-mile qualifier. Sterling Marlin coming to the line in car number 4. And he's going to take this one home.
And here's the battle for third as Jarrett gets in. And then a little on the back. This pack of cars that we see coming into the screen right now, that's the battle for the positions in the Daytona 500. And the 43 of Bobby Hamilton, I think he got it.
As did Joe Ruttman, and I think Joe Nemechek. Jeremy Mayfield will check them all for you shortly. But there's your winner, beginning right where he left off last year, defending 500 champion Sterling Marlin.
I'm Johnny Benson. Here goes.
Passing the grass on this one. Here comes Dale Jarrett. Here comes Sterling Marlin for turn 3.
See Terry Labonte trying on the outside to stay in behind Sterling Marlin as they come off. I believe Dale Earnhardt may win this thing.
And if he does, he's rolled a 7 straight 125s. Coming down for the finish. They make him triple wide to the line. You can give that one to Earnhardt. 7 straight years he's won a 125. When it comes to the rest of it, put up that old line too close to call. We'll wait for the official announcement on that 15th spot. But make no mistake about it, the man in black is back, and he intends to do business in the Great American Race.
You can see Dale move down low on the racetrack to get that inside line going into turn 3. Mike Skinner is fighting very hard to close in. That looks like Jarrett has the stuff today, though.
Spencer is closing back up again on Ernie Irvin as they round 3 and head for turn 4. Down the stretch for the final time in this first 50-lapper. As they come to the strike, it's going to be Dale Jarrett showing his muscle with Mike Skinner in second spot. And the battle for the bubble coming to the line. It's going to be that number 36 right there, and the 11 right behind him. Give it to Derek Pope in 15. Happy folks down on pit road that you know pretty well.
Well, Todd Parrott and that entire crew, Steve Allen, and all of them, they've really worked hard on that car this week.
Look out. Daytona 500 Sunday. Can he win it 3 times? Well, Dale Jarrett certainly looks stout here in this first 125-mile qualifier.
Certainly, if you have anything left, you put it all to work right
Trouble!
Right now.
One car hard in the wall. That may have been Schrader. A vicious right turn into the wall for Schrader. They will race to the checkered flag. And look at this on the back straightaway. Sterling Marlin trying to weave and break the draft.
Exactly what he was doing. He's watching his mirror right now. Dale Jarrett pulled up about a car length as they head down toward the front straightaway.
Still side by side back of the pack. There's your leader. Ahead of Dale Jarrett, Sterling Marlin, whose father won one of these qualifying races, will go to victory lane. Jarrett, Labonte, Spencer, Burton, Cope, and Martin. And 3 wide at the flag come Dallenbach and the Green brothers, which may have been just a little too late. Kenny Schrader, thankfully, is out of his car.
But he might be hurt. He's hurting, that's for sure.
But Ned, that crash was so vicious that just to see Schrader climb out is a great sign.
In the draft, he's going to try to make his move going down in turn 3, but he's not quite going to be able to make it. Bobby goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
Schrader now has Jeff Burton on the inside, trying to shove one of those Fords up into the top 5 for Jack Rouse. So Schrader's got to fight the high side. They are 2 by 2 for third place, and Gordon is 2 car lengths back of Bobby Labonte off the final corner. He'll never catch it. 1,200 feet, 500 feet to the finish line for the first time since 1981. A Pontiac wins the Gatorade 125. Bobby Labonte has done it. Rookie Stanton Barrett has caught the whiff of a draft, but he's not going to be able to overhaul Ricky Rudd before the finish line. Rudd will earn the final transfer spot. And we'll catch up with Bobby Labonte in victory lane right after this.
I don't see him catching him right now. Bill starts to move around. He comes down the racetrack. Now he'll go back out against the wall, and all you can do is follow him when he does that, because he's not putting a straight line of air down that back straightaway.
Now, last lap, Jarrett caught him in turn 4 and might have had a chance to make a run. Can he do it this time?
I don't think so. I think that front position is the place to be, and Bill Elliott's going to win it.
Checkered flag is up for the 4th time. Bill Elliott wins the Gatorade 125 at Daytona. Jarrett is 2nd. Wallace is 3rd. Tony Stewart, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Bobby Labonte, and Scott Pruitt, along with Robbie Gordon, race their way into the field. And Dale Earnhardt, trying for his 11th straight 125-mile victory, finishes 11th.
Left brother Michael out to dry there, D.W.
Afraid so, and I think Earnhardt's a setting duck, boys. Here they come on the inside. Earnhardt comes down to block. Too late. He had that jump start he got didn't work out. That's an old Indian trick, but it didn't work out today.
That's an awfully big lead for Sterling to have in turn 4 there. They could get a run on him.
No, I think he can hold him off from there. He can block him enough from there. 3 wide, 4 back. Felix Sabates on his feet. They are 4 wide coming to the line. Wow. And I think Buckshot Jones may have grabbed that last transfer spot as Sterling Marlin wins it. What a run. Great job. I tell you, Earnhardt out-tricked himself that time. Buckshot Jones, 14th across the line. He makes it. Mike Wallace makes it. Steve Park in 12th. Kenny Wallace in 11th. And the rookies making the Daytona 500 will include Casey Atwood and Jason Leffler and Andy Houston.
Sterling Marlin's in that group.
Now it's Mike Wallace getting shuffled. Here's Ricky Rudd around Terry Labonte into 4th. Final corner. And I don't think Junior's going to have enough. To the start-finish line, 2nd time in his career, Jeff Gordon wins his Daytona 500 qualifying race. Now checking back to the transfer spot. Here's where it counts. Bill Elliott gets the last position. Matt Kenseth, Johnny Benson, Kyle Petty didn't make it. Hunt Strickland, Ricky Craven, Elliott Sadler, Bobby Hamilton, Rick Mast, all outside the cut.
That's why he was working so hard. He's trying to keep that thing off the cars around him.
He was in 15th at the white flag. That's the final transfer position.
Well, we know who's going to win.
Robbie Gordon, Jeff Green, Ricky Rudd, Jeff Burton, Jimmy Spencer trying to make things happen. Whoa, he gets up almost into Craven.
Boy, here they come. Bump draft, push, push. Get me there first. Get me into Daytona 500. Boy,
Casey Mears.
Casey Mears.
He is in the Daytona 500. Rookie Casey Mears in the 41 car.
What a great
He got the last transfer spot.
Only by inches.
Ahead of last year's winningest driver, Matt Kenseth, 2-time series champ Terry Labonte, Johnny Benson, David Green, and Brett Bodine.
There's your winner, Robbie Gordon. But trust me, Casey Mears feels just as good as Robbie Gordon does right now.
Oh, he feels better. He's a rookie. That's the car that didn't make the race last year. The 41 car was Spencer, and he's in the Daytona 500.
3 rookies finish among the top 15. 41, Casey Mears. 42, his teammate Jamie McMurray.
4th, second and second. That's a pretty impressive record.
But Tony did complain about his car not being able to close up. You see that gap of 3 or 4 car lengths between him and the 8? That's really what he's complaining about. It will not make up that gap, will not close up on the back bumper of the car in front of him.
Well, his father won 12 of these Thursday qualifying races at Daytona. Today, Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes his second. Earnhardt Jr. wins race 1, close race for third at the line with McMurray edging Michael Waltrip, it looks like.
And Cope lost 2 spots on the last lap. They put him out. He finished 16th. He was running 13th.
John Andretti there in the 1, just finishing outside the cut.
No, he did.
No, he did, because Greg Biffle passed Cope also. So Andretti got the last transfer. And the 50 car there left of screen has got to sit back and nervously watch the results of race 2 to see if he'll be in the Daytona 500 or if he'll be watching on Sunday.
4 cars a lap. Half a lap to go. Biffle's been good all weekend. Comes Ryan Newman. Got the push.
Now, who's back there against Kerry? Kenny Wallace in the 0-0. Battling Kerry Earnhardt, 33 and 0-0 for the final transfer spot.
See Jamie McMurray in the 42 car. Remember, it wasn't that long ago. He was down a lap.
Down to the line in the first of the Gatorade Duel. Junior below the line. Mikey got it. Michael Waltrip wins it in the final 500 feet.
Oh, boy.
Mike Skinner finishes third to transfer into the 500. And unofficially, Kenny Wallace by 1/100th of a second over Kerry Earnhardt, the last transfer spot.
And just remember, halfway through the race, Kenny Wallace had a tire problem, had to make an early pit stop right about the time that the green flag stop started. But Michael Waltrip beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. by 3/100ths of a second.
All week long, everybody said in Daytona, what's happened to DEI? They don't have their dominance. They're not as fast as they used to be. Look at this.
Yeah, 1-2. Mikey's, you know what? He's side drafting off of Dale Jr., and Dale Jr. is doing all he can to keep him back there. Probably thinks he's got it won. Ooh, looked like when he came up off the flat, Dale Jr. got just a teeny bit loose. Slowed him down a little bit, gave Mikey the break.
And Derek Cope sneaking up on the bottom there. 74 car.
And Bill Elliott in the 36. Elliott is already locked into the field, but can take a position if he can catch LePage or Skinner.
Oh, me. And all of a sudden, LePage looks like his car is going away. He gets by Skinner, and here comes Skinner back, and Derek Cope right behind them.
Those guys trying to race their way into the Daytona 500.
Oh, look, Derek Cope's on the high side of Skinner.
Elliott
racing to the line, contact. And Skinner beats him to the line.
By a fender.
And there was some rubbing and bumping there.
And there might be some more.
Wow, looks like. Uh-oh.
Did Skinner get in?
Bill Elliott, no, Bill Elliott got by him.
Oh.
Getting a little help back there from Greg Biffle in the 16 car.
Michael's in pretty good shape. He's got his buddy Kenny Schrader right behind him.
And Dale Jr. cannot advance on the leader. Here comes Bliss. He could do it. He's past Sauter.
Man, we might be all right here.
He's alongside Said. Here they come to the line.
It's going to be close. It's going to be real close.
Stewart's going to win it. Waltrip is in. Said may have eclipsed Bliss by a nose.
He just couldn't quite get there. Almost. He needed about another 100 yards.
Just a little over 1/100th of a second.
Redemption for Michael Waltrip. And for Mike Bliss, we'll look at the pictures, but it appears that Boris Said has locked Mike Bliss out of the 500.
Those 2 cars up front have put a huge gap on everybody else and holding it.
This is the first time we've seen anybody get away from the lead pack.
Yeah, that's the biggest lead I've seen anybody have here all week.
There's Kenny Wallace in the 87 car trying to come to the finish line to get him the Daytona 500.
Oh, 3 wide behind the leaders. It sorts out.
And the second checkered flag for the Sprint Cup cars in Speed Weeks, Dale Earnhardt Jr. again.
Boy, Menard in the 15 got pushed all the way down on the apron.
He went down there. He had nowhere to go. He had to try to get by Kenny. I don't know why, but he had to.
This is Dale Jr.'s third victory in a Gatorade Duel. He won in 2003. He won in 2004 and went on to win the 500.
Thank you, Mike. You really inspired me. Thanks a lot there. My car just started him.
Kenny Wallace and Brian Vickers have raced their way into the Daytona 500.
Just enough. I believe they can do it. If Logano can get up there, but he's back just far enough that keeps Tony from getting that good run.
No help.
No help. No help.
Gordon will have to protect the bottom. Logano gets kicked to the outside.
09 coming to you.
Almirola coming for third. Jeff Gordon trying to hang on for the lead and the win.
Jeff Gordon's got this under control. He'll win this thing. Tony Stewart's going to run second again.
And who's going to make the show? Gordon wins it, and Riggs is in for Tommy Baldwin's startup team that came down here unsponsored. Scott Riggs
Look at this.
in the Daytona 500.
Yes.
I am so happy for Tommy Baldwin. He just put this team together about a month ago.
Man. I really appreciate it. Guys, you got a good car here. Appreciate all the effort. Hope I made you proud.
I'm proud of Scott Riggs. Got kicked out of his ride, didn't have a job, landed with Tommy Baldwin, and he's in the Daytona 500.
The 18 car jumped to the high side. He gets blocked. He goes back to the bottom.
Jimmy Johnson doing what a whale of a job he's doing on those tires. Stayed out.
I think Boyer pushed Harvick right by him on the outside through 3 and 4.
Teammates. Two Chevys helping each other.
Hey, have you ever seen this movie before?
Here comes Harvick.
Don't count Jimmy Johnson
Jimmy
out.
Johnson's fighting back.
It's going to be a
not over yet.
Check
Who's
in the air. Jimmy Johnson. Johnson got it.
I mean,
by inch.
6/1000ths of a second.
That's what I said, an inch.
With no fresh tires on that race car.
Good call, Chad Canals.
Unofficially for the transfer spot.
Go. I didn't know it was over. I was still going.
How close do you want it?
Harvick tried to get that side draft off of him.
And he actually sucked Jimmy Johnson around. You can see the back of the car swing around just a tad, but he made it.
Wow. What great camera work. What a finish right there.
There's the difference.
Instead of Harvick by inches, it's Johnson by inches.
But they have nowhere to go. They had a head of steam, had to back off.
Transfer spot, Elliott and Yaley ahead of Nemechek and Conway now.
What will Regan Smith do in that 78 car coming to the tri-oval?
I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to push, push, push.
Well, he's got enough room to look out and try to win it, but he's steaming along. It's going to be Kurt Busch.
Whoa, he looked, but he couldn't do it.
Oh!
You got it, baby.
He gave it a gallant effort.
He did. I was really surprised he even took a look, but the yay to him.
Kurt Busch is 2 for 2. And racing their way into the 500 is J.J. Yaley from Phoenix, Arizona. He had one shot to make the race, and he made the most of it. He and Bill Elliott will transfer in.
Got the free pass on that last caution. They came to pit road. I think they made an adjustment on the race car, and he's going to race at Daytona 500.
And she's all right after a hard crash, and the caution flag is out.
The race is over. That's Tony Stewart will win the race. We got that camera in there with Danica and see she's fine.
Checkered flag. Tony Stewart leads Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Marcus Ambrose across the line. But they got stacked 4 wide coming out of turn number 2. Danica was on the inside, and when all that contact was made, she was the one that ended up going for the wild ride.
And she done such a nice job. I mean, we'd been watching her, keeping her nose clean. That's a very unfortunate event.
What a
desperate battle to make Sunday's Great American Race. Now Gilliland, the 38.
All in a wad. Here they come. Every time we see this on the last lap, what do we see that follows?
Checkers or wreckers, here they come. Final time. Harvick to win it from Biffle. And all in a pack, 17 cars.
Oh my.
And unofficially, the final driver to race his way in, Michael Waltrip.
Wow.
15.
Oh my gosh. That is tight.
Look at the run, though, that Cole Whitten, that 26 car got. That moves him into the top 15.
Along with Kligerman and Patrick. They have moved up. Nobody has had anything for Matt Kenseth. His Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota is going to try to hold off Kevin Harvick. Where did he come from?
How about that 98 of Josh Wise up in the thick of things right here, boys?
Harvick to the inside. Kenseth outside. Kenseth by a foot and a half in a 3-wide finish.
Looked like 1959 all over again. 3 wide at the start-finish line.
2 100ths of a second separating Kenseth and Harvick. 6 100ths separating the top 3.
Nice job. Really nice. I'm so happy that everybody made it back and didn't wreck.
Dowell on the bubble. Keselowski out. Dillon out. Marks out.
It's all
Larson
on the line.
in.
It's on the line now, boys. Who's going to make it?
Yaley's in right now. Michael Annette's in.
Here comes a 22. Ah!
Whoa, what a slide job. And Earnhardt goes to the bottom to break the draft. From last at the start, first at the finish, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Hell yeah. Good job, guys. Awesome.
And the bubble spot goes to Daytona 500 rookie Ty Dillon, 16th.
What happened there on that last lap on the 4th turn? Logano wanted to dive under Dale Jr. He had the head of steam, but Jeff Gordon was in his way, and he couldn't do it, and he had to dive back up.
Ty Dillon is going to race in the Daytona 500.
Worry about what's going to happen when you get to turn 3 or maybe even coming off of turn 4.
Junior just gets off of a corner so well. It gets off of 2 great. It really gets off turn 4. He's been able to gap everybody on corner exit.
Just not quite enough right there.
Can't quite get to him.
They're still 1 apart. They're still 1 apart.
One car length. That's the difference. Chevy versus Ford. Spinning goes Brian Scott to the infield, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. will win his dual race for the 2nd year in a row. Tough break for the rookie from Idaho, who was fastest in one of the practices yesterday.
Yeah, good job. Great car.
Ryan Blaney finishes 3rd. He is in the Daytona 500 and will start from the 4th row. That will open up 1 spot on the speed chart from Sunday's qualifying, and it will go to Glendale, Arizona's Michael McDowell in the 59.
Good for him. Probably a winning move.
Another run's going to come before this race is over, though. He's got 1 more block. If he can make that happen, I think he'll win this race.
Harvick's got Keselowski to help in the 2. McMurray alone in the 1 on the bottom. Harvick.
Boy, I tell you, Keselowski cut Harvick some slack right there, boys.
Yep. Yeah, he could have dove to the inside like we saw Denny Hamlin do last year in the Daytona 500.
Off turn 4, Chase from the same place as Awesome Bill from Dawsonville wins the Can-Am Duel. Chase Elliott for Alan Gustafson, a Daytona Beach product.
You are the man. Nice work, Eddie. Good job, boy. Super proud of you.
Tell you, that's impressive.
That is impressive. That's a fast race car right there.
On Sunday, Alan Gustafson became the first crew chief in decades to win 3 straight Daytona 500 poles, who was the last Chase Elliott's uncle, Ernie, for Chase's dad, Bill.
Bubba's going to need a little bit of help. If the 41 can get it up and get past the 22, which I just don't think is going to, they're going to be side by side. But here comes Stenhouse on the outside.
Of course.
He finally went to the outside, been on the bottom all night. He said, let me try the outside a while.
Here they come off turn number 4. It's the Best Friends 150, Blaney and Bubba.
Wow.
Logano trying to spoil it.
Oh.
Ryan Blaney for Team Penske.
Oh, Logano got there.
Logano got him. Oh, he got him at the line.
Boy, that was a real lesson right there for Bubba to know that he's got to block that move before it ever gets there.
Are you kidding? He's got to be elated, man. This is, he's in the Cup Series. He just ran third in the qualifying race.
He did an awesome job.
What a job.
And so did this guy, Ryan Blaney.
And what about Stenhouse? He worked there all night long and came in fourth.
As you can see, the 43 Bubba Wallace and Ryan Preece, they broke away. That kind of jumbled up this run. Now here's the 21 of Menard.
It's Menard. Stenhouse did not go.
Bubba Wallace on the inside taking advantage of that.
Stenhouse side drafts off Menard. And here they come to the line. Kevin Harvick out in front, 2 and 3 wide behind him. Harvick's going to win it. Too close to call for second. I think Stenhouse by an inch or so. And here comes the battle for the transfer spot. Kligerman trying to hang on. Reddick right in his draft with Truex. And Parker Kligerman's in the 500.
Good job, buddy.
Along with Tyler Reddick, who will make the field on his qualifying speed. And back to turn one with no help.
Look at this huge run coming from Ryan Newman. Is he going to do anything with it, or is he just going to get to the rear bumper of the 10 of Almirola? No, he just gets to the rear bumper. Now a big run's going to come from Almirola. There goes Newman to the outside. And where did Austin Dillon come from on the inside?
Off turn 4 for the final time. Woo! Joey Logano trying to hold them all off to win his duel at Daytona by 3 car lengths.
And what a save by Austin Dillon that almost took out a bunch of race cars.
Two years in a row, Joey Logano wins his duel. There's his new crew chief, Paul Wolfe. Logano led 19 laps to give Team Penske their 5th duel win, one in each of the last 3 seasons. Spots.
That just took all the momentum away, but I think Joey's still working it.
One more chance right here.
Joey Logano's won his last 2 duels. Here he goes. Bell goes with him on the bottom.
Side draft coming from Mark Almirola, trying to stall him. There it goes.
Here comes his help with the 20 car. What's
20's going to go with him.
And it's Almirola coming to the line. They are 3 abreast. It's Almirola over Christopher Bell and Ryan Newman.
Sure enough.
Nice job.
Great job.
That was fun. That was a great battle.
Yeah, great job, boys.
Eric, you go over there and kiss that Christopher Bell. He had a choice and he chose you.
Yep. That's why you got to have a friend.
But you can already see Brad seeing that in the mirror.
Cindric to the bottom. Whoa!
That is not at all what I thought was going to happen.
The rookie Austin Cindric
thought was going to happen.
And Xfinity champ sends Blaney back to 4th. Now Cindric gets a bump from the 14 at
It's going to be off of 4 right here. You're going to have to. Well,
Keselowski by himself, double wide behind him, and Brad Keselowski gets his first dual win, 3 wide for second. Austin Cindric over Blaney and Briscoe.
Greed got in the way there, boys. Nobody wanted to go by Keselowski. That was the best case scenario for Brad. Didn't have to block anybody.
And we will go back and check, but you saw the leaders lap Yaley and McLeod. That put them on the same lap as Kaz Gralla. And on the final lap, Gralla may have beat Yaley to the line. Now he's asking the same thing we are. Bell looking low.
Great move by Bell. Another block by Blaney, or excuse me, Logano.
Logano right in the middle of the racetrack trying to cover all the spots.
Great move by Christopher Bell.
Ahead, he is clear. Half ahead.
Oh, he went for it.
Here comes Bell.
He's going to need help on that outside. The energy's on the bottom.
Blaney's not leaving that teammate, though.
Nope. He's going to get a little help from Buescher. Here they come to the flag for duel number 1. Logano.
Didn't make that big block. Learned from that lesson, but the energy you were talking about won that race. Got the energy when it needed it off of turn 4. Won the race.
Horse there. Stop, Joe.
Zane Smith
Zane Smith has raced his way into the Daytona 500. Jimmy Johnson is in on speed. Chandler Smith will head home. To hold off Yaley as they battle for the lead up front. Larson edges out ahead.
Elliott made the move to the bottom. Went for the win. Here comes Reddick to the inside.
Power move by Tyler Reddick's Toyota. And way up high goes the 5.
Too big a hit by Bowman. Got Larson loose.
Way outside is Yaley trying to hold off Johnson. Here they come to the line. Johnson ahead of Yaley, and for the win, Tyler Reddick for Toyota.
And Jimmy Johnson's ahead of Yaley.
Look at him.
He did it.
That all happened off of turn 4 to the start-finish line.
You can breathe, boy. Boy, that was close. What a race. That 3 wide slowed them all down. Got 2 cars in between him and his teammate. Big runs to the outside.
One toy. Oh, and Dillon's in the wall. He moved up to the top to try to block the advance of Allmendinger. Brushed the wall, but here they come for the flag. Wallace the leader. Byron on the bottom. Reddick in the middle. Dillon up top. Off turn 4. And to the stripe. Bubba Wallace for 23-11 gets the checkered flag.
To go. Lorenzen's engine is sputtering as he takes the white flag. 26, 29, and 21 are second, third, and fourth. Number 28 is out of gas on the third turn. 21, 29, and 26 make a wild dash after 28. Cars that couldn't have caught him before pull up on Lorenzen. He's out of gear, coasting to the checker. Will the gamble pay off? Without a stop. With this wild finish, the scoreboard never does get caught up. Fred Lorenzen smashed the speedway record by 4 miles per hour, covering the 100 miles at an average speed of 174.513 miles per hour. High bank fourth turn for the last time, and Cuckoo Marlin takes the checkered flag. Herschel McGriff finishes second. A.J. Foyt is third. David Pearson's try for the fuel economy run cost him a top spot. He finishes ninth. The second 125-miler was swept by Cale Yarborough, driving a very strong Holly Farms Chevrolet 11.
You'll be able to slingshot him now as they go down this long 3,000-foot stretch, and he goes through, and Richard Petty and
Benny Parsons behind him. Okay, Benny Parsons cannot make it, however. He was shut off very effectively by Walter Bounat. Goes for the lead again. We're on the final lap of this 125-mile qualifier. Whoever wins this race will be on the second row, right behind Rod Hunterson on the outside in the Daytona 500. And it's going to be Darrell Waltrip, Richard Petty second, and Benny Parsons third. NASCAR racing at its finest in the second of 2 125-mile qualifying races for the Daytona 500. Marvelous racing. A word with the winner in a minute.
Take another spot away and comes second in this race. Foyt tucks right in there in the draft at over 200 miles an hour, tagging along for the ride.
Earnhardt. He makes his move on A.J. Foyt. He's low going into turn 3, David. He may have shot his arrow a little too early here.
Well, if he's got the steam to come off ahead of A.J., he's okay. Can he get back into line, though, behind Darrell Waltrip to draft? No, he can't. Dick Brooks is being drafted by A.J. Foyt and pulls himself back past Dale
Earnhardt falling 2 positions in the last 2 corners of the race.
Remember Donnie Allison 1 year ago on that incredible finish? What will happen tomorrow? Well, you'll see it all live and complete here on CBS. Allison in this 125-miler draws a bead on the checkered flag as he storms out of turn number 4 at over 190 miles per hour.
Richard Petty makes up just a little bit of that gap coming off turn 4 here up to the finish line, but it's too late. Donnie Allison's got the race wrapped up.
The question here is, was Allison playing cat and mouse with Richard Petty? We'll know the answer on that tomorrow. Allison first, Richard Petty finishing in second, John Anderson crossing the stripe in third. Young Joe Milliken was fourth, and Harry Gant finished in 5th position.
A.J. Foyt and Terry Labonte, the Texans, side by side as they go down their back straight. And look at that, Labonte sliding up into 4th spot.
Photo finish camera is in position. Here they come for the finish. Petty on the high side. Benny Parsons is out in front. This is it. Racing from the world center of speed down the line, throwing a block is Parsons. He tries to hold off Baker. They're coming across. Waltrip down on the inside. Waltrip went down to the grass, right down to the apron, and made a move to take it all. For a guy who said these races didn't mean anything, which is exactly what he told David and I this morning, Waltrip looked like he got a little serious at the finish table.
Waltrip really stuck his neck out there. He got his inside wheels on the flat apron of this track, and he's got 2 wheels on the bank and 2 on the apron, and that really unsettles these cars.
Boy, his banker's going to be happy about that one. Let's take a look at that photo finish another time. Now you see them coming in. There's the move to the inside.
Benny throws the block on him, moves down. There's no way a car can get between him and that white line. And look at Darrell. He's on the apron there at the bottom of the track as he squeezes Benny up and just beats him out. Old Benny will be, language will be blue in that car.
Comes up the inside. He goes beneath Dale Earnhardt. Coming along with him is Neil Bonnet. Oh, just touching. Waltrip just touching.
There goes Neil Bonnet and Ron Bouchard.
Bouchard slides. Fantastic driving by Bouchard. He picked it up. Yellow is coming on. I want to see that one again. Under any other hands, any other controls, but these masters, you would have seen a frightening accident.
Well, Darrell Waltrip pushed Dale Earnhardt right up to the wall there, and Dale had to back out slightly, which pulled him back into Neil Bonnet. Boy, oh boy, now that is a real tight squeeze.
At better than 190 miles per hour, swapping sheet metal and paint. And there's Ron Bouchard's crew. That's Bob Johnson on the radio, and he's angry. Is Mark Martin, the driver out of New Albany, Indiana, who's off to his rookie year with a very fine performance in this 125-mile qualifier. 14th is Bobby Wolock. 15th is Ty Scott. And these are unofficial standings now. 16th, just outside, is Tim Richmond. And also outside the veil is car number 31, Billy Harvey, a Florida driver. So the final standings up in front will show Baker, Waltrip, Ruttman, Earnhardt, and Kyle Petty as the top 5 as the checkers are dropped on the field by Harold Kinder under a rainy condition here at Daytona Beach. Last time, down into 3. This is where Bonnet likes to make his move. He stirs up his fortitude, and he makes the dive to the inside. Bonnet finds the hole. He goes into first place. At nearly 200 miles an hour, they take that shot. Neil Bonnet is in front. Richard Petty is in second. Cale Yarborough is in third. Here they come to the line. Richard Petty is coming back on the outside. It is Yarborough on the inside, but the winner is Bonnet. And there is a spin just at the end. Bobby Hillin spun just at the end of the event. Bobby Hillin, fortunate that it is nothing more than just a spin. What a remarkable finish. 3 cars side by side across the line. And Neil Bonnet continues to wrestle number 75 across by inches here on the Daytona Speedway in 1983. You wonder if Allison is out here trolling. There he is, dropping to the inside again. Comes off that turn 2, drops low. Maybe he's giving it a little, then maybe he's pulling back. Here comes the 44. Last lap, Gant comes to the inside. Coming down to the checkers. The Bandit, Harry Gant. The Hal Needham car, number 33. Drops to the inside. Comes up on a lap car. Here comes Parsons. Driving to the finish. At the line. It's going to be Allison, the winner. Second place. Second place. From our angle, we'll wait for the call. Tim Richmond is going to come across. Tim Richmond will finish in the 5th position. Brooks was in 6th.
That was some run with Benny Parsons. One more lap, and here to give them all a heck of a jump.
What a Daytona 500. Allison looking strong.
Rookie in the front row for the first 3 laps. The number 28, Davey on the inside, his dad on the outside at 200 miles an hour.
Then we see later on in the race there, side by side with Benny Parsons. He doesn't have quite so much luck to start with. The car gets away from him, but with tremendous control and absolute lack of panic, he holds onto that car and goes on to finish in the top 10.
Didn't work quite as well for Blackie Wanger in the car number 39. He spins around as leader Benny Parsons goes by. There's Bobby Allison running in 2nd place. They'll go on to finish 1st and 2nd as Blackie Wanger slips back up on the racetrack and hits the wall. Around, down on the inside, out of the way of oncoming traffic.
Here are the final standings in the second 125-mile qualifier. A big victory for Benny Parsons. Bobby Allison in 2nd. Bodine 3rd. Sterling Marlin 4th. Harry Gant 5th.
Seasoned observers like Richard Petty took careful note about Allison, and in the last lap took even more careful notes about, well, watch what happens here.
Davey tries to make a move on the inside, but Darrell Waltrip says, no, I've had that spot all day. Davey has to back off. He goes high, and here's Dale Earnhardt catching up.
The black number 3 of Earnhardt snuggles down to the bottom of turn 4 on the penultimate lap. Here they come, driving for the finish line. Waltrip has secured 1st place. The battle here for 2nd. Notice Terry Labonte up on the outside, but by 4 feet. Give it to Dale Earnhardt for 2nd place in this driving finish. Many say this is what we can expect tomorrow in the Daytona 500.
Sterling Marlin maintains the 2nd position in the race, car number 94. This is the final lap of the second 125-miler. Last year, Waltrip ran the distance 125 miles without a stop.
Chad Little crosses the stripe in the pit road to get the white flag.
So Terry Labonte and Junior Johnson bring the Ford home for its first time in this racing cauldron, a winner. Meanwhile, in 2nd place and running out of fuel as he comes to the line is car number 94, Sterling Marlin, just coming across at about 80 miles an hour as he ran out of fuel up in turns 3 and 4 and coasted across the line. Here's Richard Petty completing the distance. Bill Elliott lies 2nd on the field. Jimmy Spencer in 3rd. Terry Labonte up to 4th.
And, of course, this would start Bill Elliott 4th in the Daytona 500. Earnhardt already had the outside pole locked up with his qualifying speed.
You know, this race is so different from the last one. Jeff Bodine didn't pass anyone and won the last one, and here Earnhardt's doing nothing but passing cars.
Great finish. Here he comes. Chevrolet is going to win the second 125-miler. It's Earnhardt to do it. Bill Elliott comes home in 2nd spot, with 3rd spot belonging to Jimmy Spencer at the finish line.
I wonder if he'll announce a sales day at his dealership up in North Carolina after this win.
Last time he did it, he sold a ton of cars. Kyle Petty moves in, closes up, picks up a draft with number 4 and tries to close on number 3.
Yeah, you wonder, is Earnhardt running out of gas? He pulled to the inside to sort of block them, but maybe that was just a move to keep them from trying to draft by on the inside.
Out of turn number 4, Kyle Petty looks outside. Here they come from Earnhardt's vantage as they come to the line, switching back and forth. It is Petty, but it's Earnhardt to the line first. Ernie Irvan in second. Kyle Petty in third in the second 125-mile qualifier. And we'll meet the winner, Dale Earnhardt, in victory lane after these messages. Inside of Morgan Shepherd's car, and there you see Elliott weaving at over 190 miles an hour, trying to hold on to that lead, giving Shepherd nowhere to run, nothing to look at.
Every time he moves over, that second car gets a blast in the nose, and he just didn't have the power to pull at times.
Down out of 4 to finish the second 125-miler, and out to the outside. Here comes the 21 car, making a run for the flag, but it's Bill Elliott first. Morgan Shepherd is in second. Davey Allison, a Ford sweep in the second 125-mile qualifier. A great race all the way for Elliott. Looks like they're going to be a tough combination of these super speedways. Junior Johnson and Bill Elliott, a new dream team.
Bill used to be the king of the super speedways back in '85 and '86, and it looks like he might be coming back to the throne.
From Ernie Irvan running fourth. Final corner. Earnhardt first. Jeff Bodine, the '86 winner, in that second spot. And Dale Jarrett. Here comes Bodine to the outside. Looks like he's going to make one more try. About 8 seconds to pay dirt.
He'll never be able to do it. He's going to try, though.
He comes back to the inside. At the line, it's Earnhardt. Fourth straight 125-mile victory here at Daytona. No one's ever done that. First time Chevy has swept both twin 125s since back in 1974 when Cale Yarborough and the great Bobby Isaac did it. We'll be back to meet the winner right after this. Earnhardt's won an IROC here. He's won 2 400s. 4th of July, he's won 5 Busch Clashes.
Watch Earnhardt block and use that racetrack.
He's won 6 of the 300 races on Saturday. Seeking his 7th 125-mile qualifying victory, 5th in a row. Marlin trying to take it away as they come down off the corner. Here comes Sterling Marlin to the inside, down to the line. It's going to be Earnhardt. And what a great performance for number 4, Sterling Marlin. Dale Earnhardt out to land his first 500 this year at Daytona. There's the 21 car. It's found its way. Just behind him is Greg Sachs trying to get in. Leaders in the back straightaway. And Earnhardt puts his foot down. He pulls out a couple of car length advantage. Now Martin locks up with Jeff Gordon and comes back up on number 3 Earnhardt.
But Earnhardt will make that car awfully wide coming off the turn 4. I don't think they'll be able to do anything with him. Gordon's going to try it on the outside, but he'll come up short.
Earnhardt to the inside, Gordon to the outside. It's Earnhardt 6th straight in the 125-mile qualifier. Dale Earnhardt's done it again. Won the Clash, won the 125s, but can he win the Great American Race?
Pull out a line like that, right back up on the draft car. White flag foul.
Pay lap coming up.
Rusty moves down out of the way. He'll let them fight it out.
Schrader fades up high.
Schrader's side by side now with the lead car of Ernie Irvan as they come down towards the back straightaway.
And he knows his teammate will go with him.
Andretti takes a look to stay behind Gordon. I thought he was going to come in.
Here comes Ernie back.
And Andretti was about to shoot up there to help Irvan, and Gordon didn't know which way to go.
Into 3, side by side. Ford on the inside, Chevy on the outside. Ernie Irvan leading by about 6 inches. Back comes Schrader. Here they come for the finish. They touch. They come to the line. Ernie Irvan pulls it off. Oh, what a finish for Robert Yates and company. Ernie Irvan and Schrader, 3/4 of a lap side by side. That one will go down in the books. Back straightaway, Gordon going to the outside, trying to break away. Number 3, Earnhardt, fishtailing back and forth.
You can see Earnhardt going through very straight. Just behind him, Jeff Gordon trying to find any weaknesses. It does not look like he's going to be able to catch Earnhardt.
Gordon right there in second spot, coming to the line. Final time in the second 125-mile qualifying race. And across the line, it is going to be Earnhardt in first. And the bubble car coming to the line puts Kyle Petty, driving for his dad these days, this new team, into the Daytona 500.
Either Ernie Irvan in the number 36 or Jeff Burton in 99 or the 2 of Rusty Wallace.
He had a thought there. You see Earnhardt driving to the bottom, zigzagging across the back there. At one time there, Michael Waltrip tried the outside and couldn't make it happen.
Trouble down toward turn 1. A car goes spinning through the grass. Loy Allen Jr.
Caution, this could be the last lap. They're coming around for the white flag.
And they'll race to the caution. This will be the last lap in competition as they come to the caution flag. Earnhardt wins it again. Michael Waltrip, Mike Skinner, Ernie Irvan, Rusty Wallace, and Jeff Burton. Now, here's the battle for 14th coming to the line. Robert Presley nails down the final transfer spot and denies Kenny Wallace. Loy Allen is okay after his car went spinning through the grass off Wallace's bumper. And Dale Earnhardt, once again, every single time in the 1990s, he's won this 125-mile qualifying race.
Ricky Craven also picked up a spot that last lap. Dale Jarrett has 1 mile to find a way past Earnhardt. Now Rusty Wallace, Jeremy Mayfield. Mayfield to the bottom. He moves up to second. That's the best thing Dale Earnhardt's seen in his mirror all day, is 2 cars side by side.
Yeah, and he's being teamed up right now. You see, right now they're coming down to the flag, though. You call it, Mike. It's going to be tight.
Earnhardt to win it 10 years in a row. He's won the Gatorade 125. Then it's Mayfield, Jarrett, and here's the bubble battle coming to the stripe. Unofficially, Jeffrey Bodine takes the 15th and final transfer spot. And there is the Joe Betsy crew. 6 weeks ago, this wasn't even a race team. It's just been put together in that short of time, and they're going to the Daytona 500.
Working so well. You see him move over there to take some of the draft away from second place, third place, and fourth place start. But this is his race to lose right now because he's so good in the corners. Look at him. He made about a 4-car lead right there on Mike Skinner in second, just getting into that corner.
They won't catch the lap traffic before they come to the finish line. Rudd off turn 4 with a 4-car length lead. Upside down on Sunday. Right side up all the way to victory lane. Ricky Rudd wires it. Green flag to checker to win his Gatorade 125. Mike Skinner is second. Ward Burton is third. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is fourth. And John Andretti, number 43, comes across to take the 15th and final transfer spot from this 125-mile qualifying race.
So Marcus finished out of the top 15 here today, and I don't think his speed is good enough to get him in the race. The only thing would be a possibility of provisional, and that's a remote possibility.
They were 5 wide, and 2 of them were on the apron. Skinner blocking, Junior. Oh, gee. Uh-oh, boys. They're going to run out of racetrack. Got to give him some room, Mike. Earnhardt Jr. muscled his way to the front. They're lining up for a run behind him. Here comes Jeff Burton. This is it. They all make it back without wrecking him. Surprise me, boys. 2 by 2. Earnhardt on the bottom. Skinner up top to squeeze him down. Photo finish. I will not try to call that. We was looking right down on him. Mike Skinner just back from his honeymoon. Man, his wife thinks they've won.
Earnhardt Jr.'s crew thinks they've won. They're one pit apart from each other.
I'm going to put my money on Skinner.
Unofficially, by 4/1000ths of a second, Mike Skinner.
Oh, man.
Unbelievable finish. And
Wow.
the transfer spot goes to Ricky Rudd.
Here we come. Here they come. Want to be on the outside, right?
Just a look back here. We still got another one back here. That's just as close. That's Rusty and Ward. Here's another one. There's another one. There's another one.
Let's see if he's able to make a move. So far, the transfer spot looks like it's going to be quiet. Todd Bodine, Casey Atwood, Stacy Compton, Rusty Wallace, all of those drivers are in. Stewart dropping back for a final run off turn 4 to the checkered flag. Michael Waltrip moves low to block. And he's going to win. Michael Waltrip wins the second Daytona 500 qualifying race. The defending 500 winner leads 46 of 50 laps to get the victory and claim the 4th starting spot in Sunday's race.
And on the last lap, Rusty Wallace falls back to 16th and will have to revert back to his point standings or speed to make the Daytona 500.
Now, all of these cars are in the 500 if they cross the finish line.
And they all know it, and I've got a pretty good idea. You'll see that they're going to use good banners coming to the line. Jimmy Johnson would like to get to the outside here, but Tony's not going to allow that.
Every position you get from here to the line, you start one row further forward in the 500, and here they come.
Yep.
Dale Jr. to win it. Waltrip, Bodine, Wallace, Stewart. And they were still wide at the back. An engine lets go at the line, and Kenny Schrader.
I think that was
the last spot.
I think it's a tire rub on that, and I think it's the 6 car. I'm not sure if he got in the fence. Mark Martin.
He and Bobby Labonte were mixing it up there with Jack Sprague on the final lap.
I think he got up against the wall coming out of turn 4. They were racing real hard back there.
By virtue of setting the second fastest time trial speed in Bud Pole qualifying on Sunday.
Oh, there's the block.
For second place, Sterling Marlin. Oh, contact there. Here comes Jimmy Johnson to get them both if he can.
Yeah, I think he will. That little bit of contact there may have cost them both.
Because you know that both those guys had to back off the throttle when they made contact in 3.
Sterling's got a good run on the outside.
Johnson with the shorter turn. Sadler wins. Marlin gets second. Elliott Sadler with a win in the second of the Gatorade 125s. And Kevin Harvick shuffled back to 5th in that last half lap of this race.
And Robbie Gordon, who was so optimistic about his car, will finish in 15th position.
Good job of not wrecking both of them.
Look at Kevin LePage waving out the window to Martin Truex in the 1. Stay behind me. Stay behind me.
Matt Kenseth fighting back.
Robbie Gordon in the 7. If he can get by Martin Truex in the 1, he'll make the Daytona 500. They're coming to the checkered flag.
And that's his only shot.
Going to be close. He's going to have the, well, no, Riggs is going to save the 1 car.
Stewart. Tony Stewart wins. Jeff Burton second. Kevin LePage third. Martin Truex races his way in the final transfer spot. And Kerry Earnhardt will pack up and head home, sitting with Bobby Hutchins there. A tough break for Kerry. He won't be in the Daytona 500 because Boris said and John Andretti will take the final 2 spots based on Sunday's qualifying speed.
Dave. Moments ago, Kenny Wallace radioed, I can't get to him. Then he got a big draw down the front straightaway, got all the way to the 10, got through the 10.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time.
front. Jeff Gordon continues to lead. He brings the field to the checkered flag. Here's the race to get in the Daytona 500. Mike Wallace makes it. Scott Riggs will not. Unofficial results.
Wow.
I don't know if he's hurt him or not. I don't know what he's going to do.
Nowhere to hide. Not in that pack.
And Jeff Gordon has come from way, way back to make a run here right on the end. He's going to go the outside, and here he comes.
But I'm going to tell you what, watch Mike Wallace right there in the 09 car. There's the race right there to get in between the 13, the 14, and the 09.
Marlin has backed out. So that means it's Nemechek and Wallace. Here they come to the flag. Jeff Gordon's going to win his third duel at Daytona. Nemechek's in, and it may be Mike Wallace.
I believe Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace did beat Sterling Marlin back to the line. So Joe Nemechek, as it stands, unofficial, Joe Nemechek, Mike Wallace,
Mike, we made it.
and Sterling Marlin will be in. Jeremy Mayfield will not make the Daytona 500.
My.
Nor will Paul Menard, Kevin LePage, Derek Cope, Regan Smith, Frank Kimmel, Eric McClure go home, along with Brian Vickers, Mike Skinner. It's like in race one, the leader is a sitting duck.
Like the chances of Dale Jarrett right now in that 44 car. White flag, 1 to go.
Nobody close to Jarrett. He will race his way into the Daytona 500. Look at Harvick in the 29 helping Stewart on the outside.
I think this race isn't over yet. Here comes the 24 on the outside.
Chevy, Toyota, Dodge, Toyota. Here comes Stewart up to help the 11.
There's John Andretti in the 34 car. Remember, fresh tires. He drives by David Ruderman in the 00. John's trying to get into the Daytona 500.
And he might just make it, Larry. He has come from nowhere. Look at that thing go.
Right now he's in, but there's still 1 mile to go.
I tell you what, if John Andretti gets in, this will be the feel-good story of qualifying for the 500.
with you here.
Denny Hamlin wins it. Dale Jarrett is in. John Andretti is in.
John Andretti almost beat Dale Jarrett. That shows you right there what 4 fresh tires will do for you.
David Ruderman will be the last driver to get in on speed, and Doris said we'll head home.
Only thing better than 4 fresh tires, 2 good teammates.
You got it. You got it.
Look out, Kyle Busch.
And there goes Vickers. They touch down the back straightaway. Vickers is going to give Mark Martin a push down the back straightaway.
Look out, 18. Here they come, just like we've seen it time and time again.
Martin looking high. Busch comes up to block. It's Vickers.
Got to block him.
Vickers on the bottom.
Who's going to win the drag race? Back to the start-finish line. I don't think they can beat him. Here comes Kyle Busch in the 18.
What a deal. All right, Kyle Busch and Mark Martin.
But Jeremy Mayfield, unofficially A.J. Allmendinger, will qualify for the 51st running of the Daytona 500.
And another really good effort on the chart of these guys that had to get in. The 41 car, good job for Kyle Busch and his crew. And I'm really impressed with Mark Martin.
Well, the owner of this car better give the driver a raise. Of course, Jeremy owns it himself, but what a day for Jerry Mayfield and A.J. Allmendinger.
They're congratulating each other.
The Daytona 500. Back from the leader, Casey Kane.
Here comes 14 on the outside.
And he's going to get a shot from Montoya. Watch him through 3 and 4 on the high side here.
That's all it took right there, just that extra little boost.
That 2 Chevys hooked up.
Here we come.
Slingshotted Tony Stewart right alongside Casey Kane.
Looks like the first race, the man on the inside won the first one. Let's see what happens here.
All right, who's going to make the Daytona 500?
I believe Stewart. Now Kane's fighting back. It's Kane, I believe.
Got it. Casey Kane. By about another inch.
First Daytona win of any kind for Casey Kane. And now we'll go back and look at the transfer spot run to the finish. Mike Bliss in the 36. It was Bliss, Speed, Mears, and Labonte to see who would get the final transfer spot.
Tommy Baldwin, the owner of that 36 car, 2 years in a row, they have raced their way in, and they did it with a backup car this year.
Point, Jeff Burton trying for his first Daytona Speed Week's checkered flag. Clint Boyer locked on to him.
I know Michael and Kyle would like to pull out, but they're afraid to.
Too wide behind them with Brian Keselowski in 5th.
They're going to take a look here, Michael and Kyle. Here they come. They got to run, but they're going to
crash.
Oh, no.
Trevor Bayne is in it along with David Reagan. And Burton will win it over Boyer.
5 1,000ths of a second.
A thrilling finish, but in more ways than one, as they got 3, maybe 4 abreast up in turn number 4.
What a shame for the 21 car.
Yes.
Burton's a winner. Chicken dinner.
Jeff Burton, who came in here with just 3 top 10 finishes in 17 500s, gets his first Speed Weeks win. Brian Keselowski has raced his way into the 500. Kim Burton celebrates. Biffle made a bold move. Kenseth made a bolder one. Whoops. Regan Smith to the bottom. Contact. Whoops. Contact again. And Kurt Busch a lap down on the outside.
But Elliott Sadler is on the lead lap that's pushing Kurt Busch up there.
Something happens at 33, though. He gets a run, and he has to back off. Like the car just gets loose or something. He can't stay in it.
Matt Kenseth trying to block 3 lanes at once. Regan Smith down to the bottom. Kenseth wins it for Jack Roush. Regan Smith is second. Jimmy Johnson 3rd, Elliott Sadler. Greg Biffle led all those laps to wind up 5th. And the 2 drivers to transfer into the Daytona 500. Dave Blaney gets the job done. One more time for Tommy Baldwin. Blaney, former World of Outlaws champion, he's a racer. He raced in. And Joe Nemechek, who has made the 500 the last 2 years on qualifying speed, races his way in as he did back in 2007.
I don't think Kane is finished yet.
Didn't see that coming.
Tell you what, that 5 is.
Same thing at that same run, halfback 33 and 15.
The 33 needs to get a little tighter on the 5 if they're going to make a charge.
Casey Kane, will he have room on the bottom? Inside Kyle Busch. Here they come to the flag. Busch, Kane, Dillon, Boyer, single file, Kane to the bottom, runs out of real estate and time. Samantha celebrates Kyle Busch's 2nd win in the Budweiser Duel.
Gonna get a run down the backstretch. There goes Jeff Gordon and Kurt Busch.
They both went to the inside to draft off Hamlin. Johnson to the outside, alongside his teammate Jeff Gordon in the 24.
Yeah, alongside his teammate Jeff Gordon. That just pretty much assures the 11 car that unless this 41 car, Kurt Busch, can get some kind of big move here off turn 4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Johnson
they
to
go.
the wall
They
with the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around, 1 on its roof. 1 car hard into the wall.
That was
and it ends in flames and sparks.
Our front row sitter up here, he's got a torn up race car,
Mark
78
Trix
car.
Jimmy Johnson, he looks okay. Front end of his car on fire. McMurray crawls across the start finish line to earn a spot in the 500. The field is frozen as of the caution flag, and Jamie McMurray's car all torn up. 59.5 great laps, and then this.
I just didn't have a good feeling when Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon got side by side. I felt like that was not a good move for either one of them, and of course we had trouble. It's go time. It's all or nothing right now. You're either in or you're out.
Jimmy Johnson trying to drive all 3 lanes at once to hold back the Joe Gibbs cars of Kyle Busch and the number 19 of Carl Edwards.
It's going to be hard to block them both, but I don't know if they can get close enough to me. It may even make it matter.
Reagan on the bubble, Stenhouse, Hamlin, Jimmy Johnson for the win. The Gibbs cars can't catch him, and the last transfer spot, Stenhouse.
And how about Danica Patrick unofficially finishing in the 10th position? Her and David Reagan, classic example, never give up.
I wouldn't have given you a plug nickel for that 10 car when it was spinning.
Patrick 10th, David Reagan 14th at the finish, ahead of Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse.
The more you get out there, the easier it is for cars behind you to get momentum and get a big run on you. We heard Denny Hamlin in that first duel talk about getting a run.
Whoa, baby.
Busch to block, down to the bottom, up to the top. Busch to block.
No. Blocking. Yeah.
Trash heap.
We're enough. Grass at 2.
What a mess.
Matt Kenseth. His car pretty well torn up, and they will have to fix it if he's going to retain his outside front row start for the 500.
Mike,
if they go to a backup car,
that's a backup car.
That baby's crashed.
And that's
he goes
really,
to the back.
Really unfortunate.
Martin Truex.
That's exactly what you don't want to see.
And by the way, the race is over. The leader was past the line back there.
Checkered flag, and Kyle Busch scores his 3rd duel win in 12 tries. He's won a duel 2 of the last 4 seasons. It's the 9th duel win for Joe Gibbs Racing. But some of the Daytona 500 favorites, Johnson, Truex, Kenseth, wrecked along with Allmendinger and others. 2 Stewart-Haas Fords hook up. They do. Busch to the outside. Boyer with him. Hamlin up to cover the spot.
Watch this. If that 14 can give him a big shot here, he might be able to make a move. The 41 of Kurt Busch. He's
Dylan
backing up to him.
Backing up.
Teammates, 41-14.
Oh,
Hamlin pulling away.
Don't do it.
Off turn 4. Here they come to the stripe. Denny Hamlin for the win. Kurt Busch, Clint Boyer, teammates side by side for second.
I think Boyer may have clipped the 41 here at the line.
Good job, brother.
Boy, Denny Hamlin is so good on these restrictor plate tracks, especially his confidence he has with this team here at Daytona. He showed it last year as a Daytona 500 winner, and boy, that was impressive.
Timing is everything.
Yeah,
could not have timed that better.
It all he wasn't going to get that kind of momentum, that run, without that line breaking free of the 42. As soon as they broke free of that 42, he had a ton of momentum that Junior just couldn't do anything about.
No.
I think they're going to have one more good shot at Chase Elliott.
They got to get there, and they just don't seem to be able to get right up there close enough at this point.
I think Chase stays right where he is. Force them to go around you.
Short way around.
We're going to get a run. Block hard here.
Chase Elliott spotter.
All over him behind you. Pushing him hard.
Out of turn 4. Elliott rules at Daytona. Chase Elliott covers the bottom and beats Kevin Harvick by a car length.
How about Eric Jones sneaking in there getting 3rd?
Good job, fellas.
Amazing.
Good job by Jones. I like that.
What does Bernie know?
Guys, on to the next.
Chase has started 3 duels. He's won 2 of them. And he's only the 4th active driver to win the duel more than once. He has never started a Daytona 500 worse than 4th.
Told you that kid is.
Whoa, Blaney. He knifed it in there to get in behind Hamlin, but here comes Almirola. And Boyer, they hook up.
What a move by Logano.
Oh, Logano did it, man. He had it all planned out, knew exactly what he wanted to do.
Used his teammate perfectly to get that momentum in that run.
He went to Homestead saying it's the big 3 and me became the champion. Joey Logano gets his first duel win.
Mighty fine job there, young man.
Hell yeah. Good job.
I love it. A year ago, this guy led all the laps and got passed by his teammate.
Great job, Joey and TJ. Way to get done.
This year, he only needed to lead 1. Oh, he lost his help there with DeBenedetto. Oh, contact.
Kurt Busch is going for it. 3 wide into the corner. Stacked up. Busch in the middle.
I think you look at that 24 getting the victory here.
And William Byron scoots away from them 3 wide behind him. William Byron for Rick Hendrick in a Chevrolet breaks the Ford stranglehold on the Duels.
And how they didn't wreck off a 4 again, I have no idea. What a race.
Nice work, man.
Awesome job, guys. First one of the year, baby.
Here
it comes some help from the 12.
It's coming, but is it going to be enough and soon enough?
Oh, watch Austin Dillon right here.
Launch in.
Oh, there he is. Whoa.
Trying to block Dillon, and he got 3 wided.
How about the run by Bubba?
How about this push from Kevin Harvick?
Another one. Yep, another one.
Dillon are going to have to get up and block him. Going to have to get up. Here it comes.
Inside, yep.
There's the block. Dillon to the bottom. Here they come, racing to the line. It is Dillon. Power move right there.
Nice job, man.
Huge push Kevin Harvick gave Austin Dillon.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
That was a move. You knew Bubba had to get up there and make the block.
He tried. He could. I really was worried when the 3 of Austin Dillon made that aggressive move. Was that car going to turn out on him?
Does Chris Buescher have a move? He's now backed up to McDowell. Half a car length to the leader, Logano. He's got to go to the bottom. And he can't get there, and he wrecks Logano.
Logano blocked. Logano moved down, blocked. I hate to say it. He was under him and got a pretty big block right there. You knew it was going to be aggressive, and unfortunately, cost him. I want to watch a replay, but that's how I feel like I saw that.
The white flag had waved, so the next flag ends the race. And Joey Logano, who was in a position to win his duel, is all crumpled up on the apron.
And it will be where those cars were at the moment of caution. It has nothing to do with scoring loops.
And Greg Biffle will come across on the lead lap one lap down in 13th place. And Biffle will take New York racing to the Daytona 500 on Sunday.
You knew it was coming. And just like I said, as they caught that lap traffic, that gave him that opportunity, got him crunched up, got a run, made his move to the inside.
Of caution, and that is determined by the NASCAR to determine the
exit. And I knew Joey moved down to make a block. You knew he was going to have to.
Hey, race fans, thanks for watching.
Goes for the move to the inside, and I called it, and I knew Joey moved down to make a block. You knew he was. That's exactly what I thought he was going to do.
White flag.
Didn't have
one lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank.
He made the move, but the momentum wasn't quite there yet.
There wasn't.
I think that's a right move, but the energy wasn't quite developed.
Straight slow by 10.
2 Fords on the outside. Ford Chevy on the bottom, and Gilliland got loose after a bump from Larson.
Keep coming. Your help's coming.
Kyle Larson better go give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek after this. That saved his front row stop.
Everybody gets squared away.
This isn't over yet.
No. Almirola way out in front of Cindric, who's going to have a chance here.
Need his back up.
Does he take it?
Yes, I think he is right now.
I think he just stays in the gas. You don't really have a choice. You can't take a chance on trying to back up to him at this point.
Off turn 4 to the line. Almirola making bacon.
About that.
Oh, man.
How about that save from Todd Gilliland? That saved him and a whole lot of other cars.
Wow. Incredible save for Gilliland, who ends up 7th, while Almirola gets his 2nd career dual win.
See Bell move up and slow that momentum, Kevin.
Yeah, he blocked the Fords there with the momentum, and he's going to try to use that. And Denny Hamlin with another aggressive block, and Bell right back in front of the 21.
Almost too aggressive. Not almost. It was too aggressive. Got him down. The momentum goes to the outside with Bell.
Burton just couldn't squeeze down, so Cindric does. Goes underneath Harrison Burton, and it's Austin Cindric chasing Christopher Bell for the win. Gralla McLeod right together, side by side. One of them makes it. One of them goes home. Here we come to the line. Christopher Bell's going to win it. Second is Cindric, and making the Daytona 500 appears to be Kaz Gralla.
Harrison Burton was really hoping he was going to get that help and stay with him off of forward by Cindric. Cindric went for it on the bottom.
He's not going to be happy about that.
No.
You know, I think being on the same team, I think Harrison Burton is going to be severely unhappy with Austin Cindric.
Yeah, I think rightfully so. Now, Eric Jones, if he gets a run, he might force those guys to have to move and make a block. No, Logano stays with his teammate on the bumper. That's that teamwork we talked about. Thank you, Joey.
Well, we saw a perfectly executed block right there by Eric Jones. Yeah, he's got a great pusher behind him with a forward of Chris Buescher, but he did a great job putting that car in the right position.
Eric Jones on the outside, Buescher the pusher. Cindric alone as Logano's in the middle now. Here they come to the stripe, and they're all crashing behind Austin Cindric, who I believe has beaten Eric Jones by inches. What the heck happened?
So LaJoie is in this race.
Look at Austin Cindric has his first dual win.
Look at the look on his face.
And Eric Jones finishes.
2 is the 2 car. Time of caution, the 2 was ahead of the 43. Race winner is the 2.
That's the NASCAR official channel.